Don't Wake Me by Sean Wiggins. Don't forget to check her out on Spotify. Sean Wiggins, SeanWiggins. Don't Wake Me. Welcome back. We're KCLA 100.7 on your FM dial, serving the San Pedro community. This is Spotlight on South Bay's best indie music, and we're interviewing Sean Wiggins, our favorite musician. Sean, tell us about Calvin. Who is your guest here today with us?
Okay, so this is Calvin. He weighs about 2 ounces. To give you an idea of the size. He's very tiny, and he was making a lot of noise, so if I hold him, he doesn't. So that's why he's here.
Oh, we like you, Calvin. Thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
All right. So one of the other things I wanted to ask you about, Sean, is, we've go back a long ways in the music business, and we always our dream was getting a record deal, and things have changed a little. Tell us a little bit about, or a lot, however much you want, about how you feel the music business is or isn't these days, and kind of how you feel, what you do, and how you go about making your art.
Well, it's very different from when we knew each other just a little while ago, and I was pounding the pavement on Hollywood Boulevard, and Sunset Boulevard, trying to play the showcase clubs, and trying to get the record deal, and we were all doing that. And what you would do is you go out before your gig, you go out to a corner on Sunset Boulevard or Hollywood Boulevard, whichever, and you pass flyers to all your musician friends. You'd stand in a big circle and give each other a flyer for your show. Right. And the only people at your show are other musicians. It was sort of a funny thing.
Yeah.
And a couple people got signed, and I was given a bunch of contracts that weren't any good. And, so that didn't happen. Right. And then as time has gone on here, I don't even know, you don't even really hear about record labels anymore. You don't, it's like there isn't, I always joke that there isn't a music business, because one, in LA especially, in the greater LA, Southern California, put it that way, they pay less for live music than anywhere else in the United States. So we do that for us. But, but the even friends I had who got signed, I had a friend who was signed, and they were touring, and they were in this smaller town somewhere in the Midwest, and they went into the record store where their show was, and their records weren't in there. And so they called up the record company, and the record company made them buy them.
What?
Yes. So, I heard these kinds of stories, and I thought, I need to do this differently. I need to do this to try to turn it into a business, but it's my own business. Right. So I guess you can call it the music business, but it's actually Sean's business. And I just started to play I got up to 240 shows a year. So, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. That's substantial.
And that's what you kind of had to, that's what I felt. I had to do that to make it work.
And that's all over the country, right? You traveled all over.
Mostly up and down this coast. I was traveling all over the United States. And that was really fun, not particularly, dollar making. I didn't lose money. I made a little bit of money. And it was really a lot of fun. And then I was going regularly to the Midwest, and I still do that. I have a good following in the Chicago area.
Oh, right.
So I head back there regularly, and it's it's just, life is good. I really enjoy doing what I'm doing. And it just, to make money as a musician, it just requires a lot of work. You have to, make your CDs yourself.
Right.
Book your gigs, go out and then hawk your wares and get people to your shows and sell stuff, and then there's a business, but it's your own creation.
Exactly.
It's not a magic carpet that flies in and makes you rich. Like, I think we all thought in the beginning, like, you know, we just would get a record deal and life would be great and, you know, we'd be rich, you know. So, you know, so I guess that's more, you know, it's really your self-creation, like any kind of independent entrepreneur. Because we all do it differently. I know, you know, Andy and Renee do it differently than I do, than you do. We all have created our own little worlds.
Right. Exactly. But that's it. And that's what, you know, that's what the music business, having a record deal, used to do for you. And you just kind of sailed in and, you know, did your thing. Like you said, magic. But when you're doing it, it's a different world.
Yeah. And I honestly, I mean, I remember back then, Ani DeFranco, like, she refused the record company. Right. You know, she went and started her own record company and did it herself. What you're making, so when you sign in with a record.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Did that answer the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I knew somebody I worked with, I think you remember, out of the blue. And, we had this A&R guy that wanted to sign us, and the leader of the band's like, no, because he had been put on a shelf already once and it wasn't a good contract. And I was so young. I was like, what do you mean no? But of course, then didn't you see like what you were talking about? Yeah. They make you buy your own records. It's like, you know, so not really looking out for you.
Yeah.
But I think you've been amazing. You've done an amazing job. You've done so many wonderful things. And this last album is really amazing as well. It's a little bit different than some of your other stuff. I don't know if you want to talk about the making of the recording, or if you want to play a song now and then come back and talk about it. But it was really...
Why don't we play... You're going to play I'll Find My Way, I think.
My Way.
And why don't we play that? Because I'd like to talk about the guy who's... You're only hearing me and a guitar player, and it's this guy.
And it's so good. Oh, it's so good. Okay, let's go ahead and I'll Find My Way. Sean Wiggins.